Good morning and welcome to the Australian Under-22 National Championships. My name is Max Stenstrom.
Hello, I'm Cara Thomas.
And welcome. We're at the beautiful Eric Mobbs Reserve in Sydney for our semi-final matchup between the Victoria and New South Wales men's teams. These guys matched up yesterday with New South Wales coming out on top 12-9, so I'm sure Victoria have plenty to prove.
Be a great game.
Cara, you know these guys.
I
Who are you
do.
looking for? What's the story?
I don't know. Don's been playing really well, number 6. 28 on the field right now. He's been playing superbly. Dylan Bennett.
The classic little double clap, demanding the frisbee. I do love guys that are
Here we
willing to do
go.
that.
Oh, Dylan. Curse of the commentator.
Yeah.
As you say, they're good, they're down.
All right, looks like we've got JP, Josh Pereira, number 23. I think he's the only man here with his own personalised hashtag.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
hashtag JP23. Get on it, people. Immediately swings to Ash Evans, putting it long.
Oh,
For a
beautiful.
beautiful goal. That's Cameron Lyon.
Oh, hold on. Oh, no. It seems to be a
Little
Yep.
chat.
little chat there with Evans.
That's Vic on the board early with a break. They'll be happy with that.
The double braids are big this weekend.
Yeah, thoughts? How do you feel about
I
that?
don't know. It's confusing. I kind of like it.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm sold. Yesterday, Ash was rocking the single, so he's gone back to the double today.
Yeah. He does look like a very pretty Ken doll.
Look, I don't disagree. He was warming up without his shirt on.
Yeah, he had his shirt off before.
And
Who
someone,
knew he got ripped?
yeah, someone asked me if he had a heavy vehicle license for the rig. It was a sight to see. It really was. All right, New South Wales looking like they're keeping a pretty similar O-line for the second point. I think yesterday when they played each other and New South Wales got up, Vic had a couple of guys out with some niggles and were hoping to rest them up. It looks like they're back to full strength today, so it'll be interesting if that makes a difference or if New South Wales are able to just continue what they were doing yesterday and what they've been doing all week, really. Playing some high octane, sometimes a little bit high risk, but high reward ultimate as well.
Excellent. So Kevin with the disc. Oh, come on, Chris. Chris is looking for a dump. Excellent. Sends it back to Kev. Kevin's looking for the deep option. Sees the dump. Mitch to Scammell. Scammell sends it long. Will Tommy get it? Oh, just a little bit too far. Tommy Butler, only 17 years old. So he's a young one on this team.
I heard that he showed up late on Friday morning because his mum was not aware that he wasn't going to school that day
Miscommunication with the cars there.
and was 15 minutes late to their first game. But
Classic children.
he may be disorganised off the field, but he's all there on it. So now we've got Vic bringing the disc up. It's Josh Pereira again. He's a goanna playing for the Australian Under-24 boys. He's played a couple of Australian Under-20s campaigns as well. Played a lot of high-level ultimate, and he's just going to steer this ship up the field. Vic are looking pretty frantic downfield, leading to a lot of dumps and the eventual turn.
It's got Kevin with the disc now. Oh, great fake. That is a lovely soot.
We're at 1-1.
Yep. Good old Aiden Shields coming all the way from, I believe it's, ooh, I should know this. Regional New South Wales, we'll say.
Regional. Are we talking north? Are we talking south?
Can't remember if he's from Dubbo or not. I should really know this as their manager, but
And how did you get him down for this?
Oh, he actually came to the training camp a couple weeks ago as well.
That's
It is
a solid
open to
effort.
all of New South Wales, not just Sydney people.
Yeah,
so
true,
it's
true.
good to get regional representation.
Speaking as a Canberra in our entire state, is
Yep.
it like 25 minutes across? It's very easy. I was having a chat before to some of the Victorian team support staff. I'm pretty sure they're the only team here with a dedicated social media manager. So big
As in-
shout out to Greta.
Just that, oh wow, they do.
Her entire job this weekend has been managing the Instagrams, the face tweets, the
Way to get Ultimate out there.
U-books. Yeah, she's doing a great job. In fact, she did it from Ballarat on Friday. She only got here yesterday morning.
Amazing.
Yeah, and she's also said to mention the hashtag Vic Leadbeaters to everyone. Get on board with that. There's some high quality content going up. Chuck it a like and a share and all the other good things. So
This
we've
is
got
strong line from New South Wales, lots of thick boys on the field.
lots of thick boys. Thick boys coming out in a horror. Working it through their whole team. We'll see if they transition back to vert, but they don't.
Oh, will he get, oh, what a run. Oh.
Well up by Jasper Pentland. Does a great job.
Run.
Starting in the handler space, ending up catching the away look for the goal. It's a very powerful cut, but I expect to see more of from Vic. They were doing that yesterday when they played us. It's difficult to stop, especially when you got players like Pentland, who are really powerful throwers, but then can turn on the jets and go deep as well.
Well, you know what they say, it's hard to beat a team twice.
Yeah,
Match up.
yeah, for sure. Hardest thing in Ultimate, right? But I don't know. If we had to make a prediction now, Caro, what are your thoughts?
Look, I'm really biased towards New South
Yeah,
Wales.
Wearing a New South
Winning.
Wales jersey at the time. Who do you
Plus,
think
I
will
love
win?
their name. They're the Freshwater Mussels.
Are they really?
Yeah, and you just sit on the sideline, you just yell like, "Go Mussels!"
Go Muscles. What's the mixed team and the women's team called?
The women's team is called the New South Wales,
Mm-hmm.
and the mixed team is the Lockout.
The Lockout.
Yeah, due to
Oh,
the New
of
South
course.
Wales lockout period.
The total lack of nightlife.
Yeah, so that's a fitting name for the mixed team, honestly.
Yep. They've been playing some lockout defense,
Yep.
for sure.
They also got tiny little locks for their spirit prizes,
Oh, nice.
which is really clever of them.
I've seen some very inventive spirit prizes
Yeah.
this weekend. What are the boys giving out, do you know?
I don't think they're giving out anything because they're boys, and
Classic
that would
men.
require someone else to organise it.
Classic men. All right, that's a brick. Looks like New South going back to their vert stack in the centre. Their last point, they looked a little shaky in their transition out of a side stack into a central stack, so they've just decided to start in the central vert at this point.
Got Hayden Irish starting with the disc. Sees Bennett. Oh, that's a lovely break. Just a bit too fast from Hayden.
Ash Evans picking up in the handler spot. This is an interesting choice. He's probably best known for his aerial abilities.
It's not down.
Gets
Catchy
lucky
D's.
there. Immediately soots
Oh, that is a powerful throw.
it. Cameron Lyon, it's the second time he's gone deep. Not quite able to hold on to it this time though. And Vic are back on D.
Seems like a very tall line from Vic. Or maybe they just breed them tall in Victoria.
Maybe it's a short line for New South Wales. Yeah, I've definitely been surprised across this tournament at how many big boys there are. There's just a lot of really tall people. I don't know if you've seen the Queensland team, but
Oh,
I think the shortest guy on their team is something like 6 foot.
Yeah.
It's pretty ridiculous.
And they bid all over the place. It's intimidating.
Yeah.
Oh, will Rosie get it? Oh, yeah, Rosie! Oh. Sorry, got excited there.
That was worth it. Hayden Rolls. On the doorstep.
Yeah, Tommy Butler.
17-year-old being rewarded.
That is a lovely, just hold that disc enough to have your player come out for it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's easy to get a little frantic, a little nervous when you're that close to the end zone line.
They
with
did get a little
people
bit
running around everywhere.
frantic yesterday watching them against the Queensland boys team.
Okay. Well, it's
But I
good
guess,
to see
they've settled down now. They
Wise
did get very
words from the
excited about
coach.
being live streamed because they weren't going to be live streamed this morning, but then the WA bus broke down.
Yeah, thank you, WA. Much appreciated. Don't know if they're here yet, actually.
I think they're all here.
Oh, they have made
the
it.
last time I've heard from them, they all got into Ubers.
Okay.
So trying to get, what is it, like 30,
At
50
least,
people
yeah.
into Ubers.
Yeah.
It's a
surge
feat.
pricing. The surge pricing would have been through the roof.
1.7, Castle Hill.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Yeah, absolutely. But no, good that they made it. I guess missed opportunity to be on the live stream, but New South Wales and Vic will be happy about it.
It's 2-0. It's a cracker of a game so far.
Yeah, it is. I think coming into this tournament, I think a lot of people rated this Vic team. I know I did pretty highly. On paper, they looked pretty intimidating. But the whole field has been very even. And we've had a few, wins that were unexpected maybe, or not clean outcomes in terms of the table at the end of pool play. And that's just evidence of the fact everyone's so close in this tournament. And that on their day, they can win any game. Vic sticking in their horror. And Evans staying in this dump space.
Ooh.
Deciding to play as a handler and sending Pereira downfield.
Oh, nice opening up.
Finds Tommy Boyle.
Oh, that looks like a pick. Yep.
Boyle recently captained the Australian under-20s in the Trans-Tasman series. And also played Thunder in Poland last year at the World Juniors. Pretty experienced, got some crafty throws in the toolbox, but just goes with a simple 1 metre forehand onto the chest of JP.
Yeah, there's a lot of young boys on the New South Wales team coming up from the youth leagues. A lot of under 18s, a lot of high schoolers. Glad to see they're still playing the sport, still staying in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a bunch of teams here with some players that maybe haven't played a whole lot before or haven't played at this kind of level, and it's really cool to see them step up.
Yeah, it's an under-24s year, so it's good to see that the playing field has gotten wider. And it's
Yeah.
not just the same people getting selected over and over again.
Yeah, absolutely.
I still can't believe some of these guys are still under 22.
Yeah, there are some faces around that it feels like you've seen forever,
Crazy.
right? Yeah, it makes you feel bad that these guys that when you go out and play are totally schooling me. And it's like, damn, this guy's still only 21? Damn, I've got no excuses.
Yeah, my favorite so far is Nick Lilly on the New South Wales
Yeah.
mixed team. I believe he's still only 18.
Wow,
Looks a lot older.
it's a lot older.
And still has, like 6 years left of like under 24s, under 22s
That's
campaigns.
ridiculous.
Oh,
That's ridiculous. And like, what a head of hair as well.
what a head of hair.
Just quick shout out to Nick Lilly's hair. It's pretty incredible.
You keep doing you, Dibbles.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, here's a question. Would you take Ash Evans's hair or Dibbles' hair?
Oh, I reckon Dibbles. You
Yeah.
can do so much with that hair. It's an afro.
It is an afro.
When it's short. So Kevin's looking long. Oh, can he get a dump? Bit of a straight up mark there. pick called down the field. We've got Chris with the disc. Butler with the disc. Sends it to the middle. Tommy's looking stuck. Oh, there's a pick called. Or a violation, not sure, Mitch. Hand signals are important here.
Yeah. Oh, wow, what a grab.
Kevin, what a tank. Oh, Kevin with a hammer.
Immediately hammer to the far side.
Don't know if that was the best choice, Kevin.
The classic layout, rush of blood to the head. Now I'm going to jack this to the end zone for a goal. Doesn't quite pay off.
Am I allowed to say typical Kevin?
Sure.
If you're listening back to this, Kev, try better.
Look, props for the layout. It was a nice grab.
No, it was great, yeah. Oh, and it's a turnover really close to New South Wales end zone. Can they convert it this close? Got Hayden with the disc.
Oh, struggling to get anything.
Bit tight of a dump. Oh, just too tight there.
Vic have got the disc. Pereira shoots it. He's got a couple of big boys underneath it. Got a pack grab.
Oh, it's incredible. Rolls just tipped it out of his hands.
I was hoping big Paddy G, Patrick Graham, would show his aerial hops there, but he didn't quite have position, and it shows that no matter how tall you are, position is often most important.
Jumped too early, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Position makes such a difference. New South Wales get another chance, though. They're going to have to go the full 70 metres.
Bennett with the disc. Oh, he wants to send it. But he's going to restrain it this time for an up the line. Oh.
Would have liked to have seen a layout
yeah.
from Scammell after the one earlier in the point.
Oh, just through his hands.
Straight through the hands of Nyman.
We're looking for a clean offense from New South Wales now. Hayden Irish with the disc.
It's a nice little backhand break. And Paddy Graham, run through block from the big man. That Paddy Graham-Hayden Rolls matchup has been explosive at this point. We've had 2 hucks to that matchup and now a block by Pat. He goes under and gets it. Immediate up line to Pereira, who has to get off his feet. Does a great job holding on. He's got Pentland in the dump space looking into the pocket.
Oh.
Shows he can hammer too.
Oh. Oh.
Almost on the second effort, but not quite.
Incredible D. Oh, sends, just not quite there. New South Wales playing incredible D, just can't quite convert it.
Yeah, both teams putting a lot of defensive pressure, and then once they get the disc,
just
struggling to swing
turnovers.
The passes together. I think we've had a bit of the, as soon as one person throws a hammer on the field, everyone remembers that hammers are a thing. Start throwing them. Josh Pereira, the veteran move, calls a timeout. It's only 3-2 to Vic, but this will be an opportunity for them to extend their lead, get another break on the board. Thoughts on midpoint timeouts. I know they're controversial in the commentary world. Shout out to Max Howden. What are your thoughts?
Well, they're controversial when they're like close to the end zone. The hold 80-20.
The 80-20 rule.
I believe
so this one's about midfield.
This one's midfield. Probably a bit over half for Vic.
Yeah.
I think it's a good call from them to just settle down, get a clean 0 point, score it, get 2 up on New South Wales.
All right. You're in favour. So you think they can be the 20%?
At this point.
You think they can be the 20% right now?
I don't know if they're the 80-20 here.
Okay.
I think it has to be in thirds of the field for that stat to work.
Okay, so it's if you're within the attacking third.
I reckon, yeah.
It doesn't work 80% of the time.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting. All right.
Like 80-20, right in front of the end zone, stack at the back of the line.
Yeah,
trying to get like an easy goal. That's very hard.
Yeah. Victorians singing some theme song to some weird sport. I'm not sure.
It's probably AFL.
Probably, but like, I don't know,
they
Victorians.
Love AFL. I don't know.
I'm skeptical.
Sorry to everyone who likes AFL.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all about it now that the women are finally playing.
Yeah.
I'm actually learning the rules and watching it. So
yeah, absolutely.
Maybe we should just get more women involved in TV sports.
It's very cool to see.
Hashtag FTP.
There's like a fair few Ultimate players that made the crossover, like obviously at the high levels, but also just lower levels. I know a lot of these guys and girls at especially the VIC teams play a bit of
There's a lot
AFL
of
in the off season.
There's a lot of current AFL players on the VIC women's team.
Yeah, okay.
And I believe on the mixed as well. I'm not sure about the boys.
Yeah.
Let's assume yes.
Yeah. Probably a pretty safe
bet.
assumption considering they're just singing an AFL club song. Pereira with the little towel. What do we think of people that play with towels?
I'm against it. I'm going to say it right now. I'm
Strong
dead
no.
set against it. Yeah.
Strong no. All right. Oh, Josh wipes his hands on the towel. Immediately jacks it. Paddy Graham, huge man. Not huge enough. Went up very early for that. Which I guess is a credit to Rolls getting a couple earlier in this point, making Graham feel like he really has to go early to get it.
All right, Hayden Irish with a disc. It's over to Kev. Who will be his dump? He's got Chris. We've got Mitch over Dylan. Dylan soots it to Hayden Irish. Is it in? No. Interesting.
Yeah. Irish obviously known more as a handler than a cutter. Trying to replicate what Pentland did a couple of points ago where he started in the handler space and then busted deep, which can be really effective sometimes, but...
Handlers in the end zone.
Yeah. Daniel Cusson showing his wheels, getting in front for what ended up being quite an easy block, making up some separation. We do have a slight wind going away from the camera, crossfield, but we're talking pretty slight.
Yeah, I don't think it's enough to affect anyone's ability to play Frisbee, really.
No. Well, we get another look at that. Graham and Rolls going up well. Not quite able to get to the disc, though.
Oh.
Daniel Cusson.
Great second grab.
Doing a great job there. Pentland. Looking for the quick give go. The bubble. The Mac to himself. He didn't like the position the first throw came in and said, I'll take it a little further up the field.
Mitchell Hanna. We've got Dylan. Back to Kev. Kevin's looking for options. Storcam must be getting high. Oh, that is spicy. Oh, can he get the second time? Oh, yes. Rolls picking up the rubbish.
Paddy Graham going up, finally makes contact with an aerial disc and is not rewarded, unfortunately. Bobbles to Hayden Rolls.
Catch your D's, everyone.
Yeah, catch your D's.
True words have never been spoken over the past 2 days of Ultimate with the high winds.
Yep. Yeah, it got pretty breezy yesterday. There were a lot of situations where there was a little tip and someone else came through and cleaned it up.
I personally love those, just the rubbish collector.
Cleaning up the trash.
Cleaning it up.
The janitor. Few hung heads from Victoria after that point. That was a tough one. Especially calling the timeout. There you go, actually.
Oh, there we go.
The 80-20 rule.
80-20.
Midpoint timeout did not work.
It was so long ago
Yeah,
that I forgot.
almost forgot it had happened.
Oh, goodness. So that's 3-all.
Yep.
What a nail biter.
So that was a hold by New South Wales after a lot of turnovers. I don't think we've seen any points without a turnover yet. Neither offense able to cleanly work it up the field. So we get another look again at that great aerial.
That was great. In slow
block by
motion. Let's do
Graham.
this. Oh, what a spicy throw.
Yeah.
Kevin Yuan. Oh.
Seemed a bit of a stall 9, desperation Hail Mary, and it pays off.
I do like that he went with the spicy forehand, though, instead of a hammer.
Yep,
Excellent choice there.
The blade.
I commend that one.
paying off.
Oh, I believe that's an offside. Or not.
It was
Evans tried to call it, but his team is like, no.
Okay. Vic now. Evans has started in the stack at this point. Vic's still working out of their horror.
Oh,
Another stall 9 bailout. That's great D by New South Wales. Perhaps this is why Vic had Ash Evans starting in the dump space. They felt he was just able to provide a little more reliable reset than some of their other handlers. And we saw there, not able to get anything off, having a jack one to not a whole lot.
Nathan Coffey, captain of the New South Wales Freshwater Mussels. Oh, big throw by Waz. Oh, just out of Matt Lavis's hands.
Is that Matt Lavis any relation to the other?
I'm not sure. I really should have asked.
Frisbee famous Lavis, we'll see. Tommy Boyle on the near sideline. Finds Evans underneath. Evans puts one out in front. It's way out in front. Can he get there? No. Too many push-ups for Evans in the off-season. And he's put that one out the back. Seen an interesting contrast in styles. New South Wales pretty much playing exclusively vertical, whereas Vic favouring the horizontal stack.
Dondo lets it rip. Oh, to Josh. Oh, John Bowman. Joe Bon. Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh.
Vic.
Great snag by Ryan Leaney.
Oh.
Evans takes one under pressure. Very flat backhand.
Ooh, should have holstered that one for a second or two.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. If you know the rule of thirds, you know that that shot's always going to be tough, throwing straight over the back of the head of your intended target. Difficult to get the touch or shape that you want.
Coffee with the disc again. Open throw to the other Hannah brother. Oh, wow, what a fake. Oh,
Evans.
yeah. So big.
Thinking about the quick pick up and put, but cooler heads prevail, which may be the right choice here. Looks like Tom Boyle will pick it up. And Vic sticking with the horror despite being relatively deep into the offensive portion of the field.
Very interesting.
Often teams will transition to a vert as they get closer to the end zone. And there we see a flick a little bit beyond Evans's reach. Behind him, not a wonderful throw from Lynn.
Got Matthew Wazgia. Oh.
Another one out in front.
Bit too far.
Yeah, both teams very willing to huck, but struggling to find their range a little bit. I think this is something that New South Wales has a knack for, in that they make the game just a little bit scrappy, a bit of a dogfight, and I think they really thrive in those conditions, or at least that was what it was like when they played us. Willing to take their shots when they were on, and even sometimes when maybe they weren't quite.
They love being the underdogs. Oh, that is a great throw.
Have another look.
No.
And it lands out the back of the end zone. In terms of dictating the style and the feel of the play, New South Wales have done a great job.
Just a lot of big throws this point again. But to seemingly no one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, no one's really been able to connect, but both teams not letting that stop them from continuing to shoot.
Oh, lovely.
Potentially also a function of having both teams' strongest handlers off the field in Scammell and Pereira. Maybe struggling to
Oh,
hit
it's
those
a
difficult
great
shots.
grab by Coffey.
Immediate down the line.
Yeah. Oh, just out of Matt Levis's reach.
That was a great play by the captain to keep that disc alive. But again, maybe gets a little white line fever. Puts it out the back.
Oh, that great grab again.
Yeah, that's a great effort by
Just
Coffey.
to keep it alive.
Evans is the primary out of the horror.
Oh, is that
Finds
a
Boyle
horror?
in the center. Goes to Graham. Willing to cram it up this cram hole. Graham. Throws the hammer. Double helix. Again, Vic looking better there in that they were willing to work the unders and grind with their legs, but the classic, I'm getting tired, I want this point to be over.
And you
moment.
can tell it's getting super hot. It's really humid. You can see all the boys are sweating. It's looking like a sweat lodge out there, really.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
It
want
is
to hug
actually
them in the
starting to heat
spirit
up.
circle.
No.
Don't touch them. Can they get out of the end zone? Ooh. Fisher Day. Lovely Don. Over to Julio. Nice grab by Coffey. Interesting throw over the pack. Yeah.
Yeah, Evans will gobble that up. Ely goes to Graham underneath. Little pop back to Evans.
Whoa.
Evans wanting to do this with his legs now. Not able to get the give go a second time. Hammer over to Evans, lays out, holds on. And
Here we
finally
go.
hits his man for the goal. They got there in the end to Damon Prendergast.
What was that, another 10-minute point?
Yeah, it felt like it. All the hammers coming out in that one. One finally connected. But Evans really having to make a play to keep it alive.
I feel like I want to braid the freshwater mussels hair.
Yeah, look, maybe that's what they're missing.
Just missing the braid.
Yeah, maybe that's why they're down in this game now.
Fun fact, you can use your hair as a weapon.
Yep.
Because you never know what to call it.
Oh, Carrie, you might be able to help me out. Yesterday, we were having this chat. What is the difference between a braid and a plait?
Oh.
See, I was unsure. I didn't know.
I think, see, I also don't know. I remember I used to know. Because you call it like a French braid, right? Because you use like all the hair. I think it's the way that you do it. I think it's
Okay.
over. You do a braid over. Oh, thanks. Okay, so from the camera crew, the braid is in the hair and the plait is just outside it. Yeah. That's why it's called a French braid, not a French plait.
There you go. Learning new things every day. Like, I
I
can't.
personally love the braid. It
Yeah, you're a
keeps
fan of the braid?
everything in, yeah. Especially when you have oily hair. Hot
Yep.
tip for everyone. Really keeps everything in there.
That's good to hear. For anyone else wanting more hair maintenance tips, give Ash Evans a ring. He has all the
I wonder
good
if
stuff.
he does it himself.
He does?
He
Yeah,
does.
We got a nod from the sideline.
Beautiful. Because I can do mine myself, but I can't do someone else's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've got weird
That's
skills like
interesting.
that. Yeah.
Well, 2 New South Wales players colliding in their side stack.
Scammer with the disc. Oh, there's a call.
Looks like a pick, but
Contested pick.
yeah. Not sure if there's a whole lot to be gained from contesting a pick, but
Dylan Bennett. We did have a bit of a squabble in the Queensland game yesterday.
gets a bit fiery.
There was a spirit timeout called, actually.
Oh, wow. What happened?
Yeah, just because it got a little bit contacty between Dylan and I believe it was Luke on the Queensland team. Yeah, and he called a spirit timeout because he didn't like the pushing. Bit of a stretch to call spirit timeout, I think. I think spirit timeout is like the last thing that you do. Like you call foul, contact, violation even before.
Sure.
One,
maybe look, nipping it in the bud, maybe. I don't know. Wanting
Super
to
early in the
sort
game.
it out early.
Bennett with the disc. Back to Scammell. Oh, Tommy Butler. Oh, that seems like it's a call. Yeah.
Vic, maybe
Foul.
not happy about it. But I think they're going to have a reasonable chat. I've got shaking heads from the sideline. They don't reckon it's a foul. Got the replay coming in.
What
do we think?
Oh, that looks. Oh, I don't know.
That's close.
That was contact.
Yeah.
I
Bit
reckon it
of
could have
shoulder
affected.
on shoulder, maybe.
Oh.
You know what? I reckon that might be clean. I'm going to put myself out there and say that's a good day.
Oh, look at that. Oh, I don't know, frame by frame. Even then.
It's hard to tell.
It's the angle.
Yeah.
Best perspective.
If there's contact there, it's probably hip and shoulder. But
Getting the game advisors involved for this.
yeah. Shout out to Woody, doing a great job, as always.
And Tim Keeley. Ooh. Contested.
Yeah. The call from our chef de mission, Mike Palmer, is that he reckons that his hand was already in between the offensive player's hands, so it's a clean D. But it's gone back. Play gets going again.
Oh. Can we? Oh, no, hold on. That was a stall
Pereira.
out. Oh. Retracted stall out?
No, so if it's a stall out, it'll go back. It'll still be Vic's disc.
Oh, that's a lovely
Oh.
put down there. No.
Retracted.
Vic. No, there was definitely a stall out.
Stall.
Yep.
Vic will
Can
get it
Vic
on
do
the
it
end zone.
again? This never lies.
Yep. JP. It's 3 out. Coming from the back of the stack to the break side.
Yeah.
And then the front squirrels onto the open for an easy goal. Ended up being Abachez Matias. He was an absolute monster in our game. Abba, as I think they call him. He's a bit of a machine. Very, very quick. We struggled to lock him down and showing how deadly he can be in the small spaces.
Oh, that replay again. Oh, look at that. Oh, classic turnstile.
Yep. Beaten onto the open side
Ooh.
on the end zone line.
Oh,
That hurts.
Rollsy.
That hurts. And suddenly we're out to a couple of point lead here for Vic. It was so tight for so long, and they had that really long one.
It's all right. I still believe in the muscles.
The
They've
muscles.
got this.
Gonna come back.
Bring it back, boys.
Heard it here first. I was chatting with Ashley Boatman,
Oh, yeah?
the head coach of the New South Wales team before, wanting to, get some interesting stories about this New South Wales team. I was like, has anything funny happened? Tell me what's been going on. And she's like, no, we're not a very fun team.
It's slightly true because everyone had like quite a long break yesterday because it was a start at 2 p.m.
Sure.
The other two teams had like brunch, putt-putt, fun activities as a team.
Yep.
Men's nothing.
Nothing.
I think they just slept.
Okay. So they're living up to the self-proclaimed title of least fun team
I
at the
know,
tournament.
right? But they are down a couple people. 2 people dropped out like the night before.
Oh, no way.
Someone
what
had
happened?
to have emergency surgery on his, I don't know, nose or something.
On his nose?
He was going to get necrosis. I'm not saying the medical terms right.
What is necrosis?
I have no idea.
Those listening at home. Oh, nice grab.
Day with the disc. Back to Scammell. Scammell sends it long. Oh, Don Doe's under it. Will he get it? Oh, intimidated out.
Calling something? No.
Nah, no call. Just super quick.
It did look like he had position and was in front.
Just a lot of pressure being put on by Ash.
Yeah, I guess when you got a big boy steaming down behind you, it sneaks into the back
Maybe
of your
the
mind.
braid just threw him off.
The braid threw him off. Get
The braid,
another look.
the braid definitely throws me off in the mixed game.
Oh, yeah.
Calling the gen zone. Oof.
It's a mind game. ABBA. Little floaty one out in front.
Oh.
Pops up maybe a little in the wind. And Flavel can't reel it in.
Got Scammell with the disc. He's looking for the long. Oh, that is a bullet to no one.
I think I'd love to see the Hammers they're being very aggressive with their throws, and I think I'd love to see them a little more aggressive with their legs.
Oh, yeah.
Working hard to generate better position for them to huck. I think, the hucks are what's scoring
It's
them
true,
their
they're
points.
not really running, are they?
But at the moment, they're very stationary, wanting the swing. And I'd love to see them cut up line, get a little power position. It'd both shorten the field and help them get a nicer throw off, I think.
Ooh.
Evans now under. To Flavel. Chung. High stall count. Gets it out to Pentland.
Oh, travel's called.
Travel called on the throw.
Still holding this weird horror. Ooh.
Making Evans work for the dump on the reset. The stack is creeping deep as the handlers move backwards. Pentland unleashes a backhand.
Oh, so much time. It's a floater. Oh.
Matthias underneath it. Takes advantage of a stumbling Scammell. And pulls it in. Again, though, I think Vic was struggling to generate a lot of upfield movement out of the cutters, having a swing a couple of times and then just punt it. Obviously worked in the end, but I think a little more movement from behind the disc could really help set these up a little nicer. But Pentland showing he's got the shots.
Oh, lovely push there by Kevin.
Matthias being strong. And we're out to 6-3. So Vic on a 3-point run, I think.
Big lead mentally. Interesting positioning of the team to listen on the line. One knee, hugging each other. Split sideline. Interesting. I haven't seen that one before.
I think it's great. I think it's allowing the other team to see the matchups. I know that when we played Vic, they asked us to do something similar so they could see who they were calling the matchups on. Clearly seeing the opposition's knees is very important for this Vic team. And they look at the size of the other team's calves and they go, all right, we need to match up on that guy. Pereira with the big pull. He's back on the field. Expect him to provide some of that handler movement once Vic get the disc.
Oh, just a little bit too fast.
Through the hands. JP picking up.
Oh, looks like he hurt his hand there with that disc.
And Vic in the horror again. Flavel out in front.
Oh.
A New South Wales bidding player. I think it's an uncontested foul immediately. The bidding New South Wales player went into the side of the Vic guy by the look of it. He's got another. Yeah. Plenty of contact. And the bid, to be honest, wasn't particularly close to the frisbee in the end. So I think that's Flavel.
Glory.
Take it to the front of the end zone. Looks like Pereira wants to go immediately up line. Takes it back instead. Good D by Coffey.
Wait, was that a foul and then everyone just set up in the end zone?
I believe so.
Incorrect use of the rules there.
It should be checked in at the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
And then play should restart as Flavel walked it to the
yeah,
front.
which did not happen. Which is not the only misuse of the rules I've seen this weekend.
Despite all players apparently being advanced accredited.
I know,
so
right?
There you go. Pereira shouting at his players to clean it up. Doesn't like what he's seeing downfield. Pentland now. Got a lot of people just cutting sideways out of the stack. Pereira to Pentland moving quickly.
Oh,
directing
cheeky
traffic.
flat.
Hits Matthias at the front corner. I think what we saw there, which was nice, was a bit more handler movement between Pentland and Pereira.
I think Vic are really getting into their stride here.
Yeah.
Found their connections. New South Wales slightly struggling still. They do have a shorter squad, but still.
Was chatting before the game with an interested bystander. I won't name names, and he said this Vic team rides on testosterone. And he said when they get fired up, they're pretty hard to beat, but that they can drop off at the end of the day. So maybe New South Wales got the rough end of the stick, having to play them first up in the morning when they're fresh and fiery, as opposed to in the afternoon after a long day of play. We get another look at this reset, and look at that. Our bad, we were wrong.
Oh,
they
yeah.
did use their rules accreditation
Look at
correctly.
that.
Walks it up from the back of the field.
I was definitely looking at the Stingrays doing a training camp. Sorry. Distracted by their lovely warming up.
Yeah, look. The Stingrays are a pretty impressive team. For those of you who haven't caught the test match from last night, I'd recommend it. It's online now, I'm sure, or will be very soon if it isn't already.
Oh, look at that.
Stingrays.
Cheeky look at the Stingrays.
It's online, have confirmed. Go check it out because it was an awesome game. The Stingrays, actually no, I won't give away the result. Go watch it. Awesome game. Awesome game. And that pull landed well out of the field. That'll be a brick.
Maybe you called offside, right?
We've still got potentially another bunch of points in this half. Vic, obviously, though, will be wanting to stay on this defensive role and punch it in to take half 8-3. Immediate break.
Lovely grab by Julio. They really want to convert this point. We've got Coffee with the disc. Wants to send it long, looking for options. Kevin with the disc. We've got Scammell again. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, just.
An opportunity for redemption there after his last missed deep look, but not able to reel that one in either. Chung doing a great job to get up. And Vic have the disc again. They're going to have to go the full length of the field, but this is a chance for them to take half.
I reckon they're going to do a power soot.
Tommy Boyle, very partial to one, so I wouldn't be surprised. Has been known to punt it at not much.
Oh, here we go.
Shoots a flick. Oh. And somehow no one connected with it, though there were players in the area. Scammell.
Picking it up. Kevin. Dondo. Oh, he sends it up. Ooh, it's a bit of a pie. Oh. Oh, great read by Coffee. Just picking up the scraps.
Everyone else went up too early. Coffee sat behind like the vet he is. He's one of those guys that I am shocked to see is still in this division.
Right? I know.
I feel like he's been playing Sydney Uni forever. But apparently not.
Oh, beautiful. What a great pack. Pack grab? Not really.
The Vic team doing their fingers in the air thing. No one really knows what it means.
No one? No?
Potentially the number of breaks. Could be their rating on TripAdvisor. Their Uber rating. We're not sure.
How many points they're still up?
I'd be curious to know what the WA Uber rating is after this morning's adventures.
I know, right?
But Vic putting on what looks like a bit of a power O-line. They want to punch this in and take half. They're not taking chances. They've got Pereira and Evans on the line.
Is that the lovely Chloe talking to the Vic men's?
Yeah, shout out to Chloe Mack. She is doing a great job this weekend. A-plus person from the mid-quad up. She was saying her knee's a bit funky and her quads haven't been behaving themselves quite as much as she'd like. But
the rest of her, great.
Yeah, top. Absolute tops.
Oh.
Boyle back to Pereira. Vic sticking with this horror. Difficult shot to Pereira, and Pereira goes down clutching his knee and saying some bad words.
Oh no, that looks real bad.
And he's clutching his other knee from the one that was niggling yesterday, and he looks very unhappy. That's
not good.
Not good.
This is like Italian football.
Except
it's real.
Yeah, except it's real.
We don't do that in Frisbee.
Oh, poor guy. And Pereira is a tough as nail kind of guy. He wouldn't be going down like this if he wasn't hurting.
And he had like the brace in the other knee. Oh, this sucks.
Yeah, had some niggles in his right knee yesterday and had sat some points. And is now being seen to by the medics. The tournament staff will look after him. It doesn't look like that much on the on the replay. That's not to say it isn't, of course. There's been many injuries that look like nothing and turn out to be pretty bad. So fingers crossed that he's...
Yeah, most of my knee injuries are just like internal that no one can get to.
Yep.
They're just like rest.
Yeah. And
eventually you'll get better.
And they don't look dramatic when they happen either.
Ah, the knees.
Both teams bringing it into a huddle. What would you be saying to the New South Wales team now? They're obviously down a couple of points, but they've now got the disc.
Gas pedal on.
Gas pedal on.
No stopping now.
Do you try and...
Got to keep trying harder.
Do you keep trying to... Do you rein it in a little bit and say, let's stop taking the big shots, or do you stick to the high-risk, high-reward kind of play that's got them here so far?
I don't know. I've been talking with Eddie Sturgis, who's also the head coach of the team. Stepped it up this season. Yeah, and he tries a few different things. He has one strategy for a couple points, and if that's not working, then he tries something else.
Sure.
So his way of coaching is very fluid.
Very fluid.
I don't think he has like a set plan in his head, so he also just changes it up. But I think that's why we see them keep doing the high-risk, high-reward, just because he's just letting them do it.
Sure.
Has an OD-ish line. just bring them down.
Yeah. Also, it does feel like, as it would be expected in a semi-final of a national championship, they've started to tighten their rotation a little bit. There's some faces we're seeing a lot on the field.
There is, yeah. They've got lines now, which is different. They weren't really doing lines before.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do. My vote would be to keep up their high-risk, high-reward style. I think it plays to their strengths and that they have some big boys that can do it in the air and they have some big, powerful throwers.
I want to see a thick boy line.
A thick boy line.
I just want to see one thick boy line. Just take them down and then let's keep rolling them.
Who are the thick boys to keep an eye out for on this team?
We've got Waz is a big thick boy.
Waz.
Got Fisher, big boy. Kevin.
Kevin is a thick boy with like multiple C's. It's THICC.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, not CK.
No.
We're doing CC.
No. So we're setting back up. Pereira's taken an injury. He's been moved. He's off to the side of the field now, being seen to by the medics. We hope he's going to be okay. Looks like the turnover will stand. And Scammell will pick it up.
I think they're just setting up now.
Yeah, looks like they're treating it as a timeout. Waz is on the field, so we do have a thick boy out there.
We do.
He's the second back of the stack with the red buff around his neck. Let's see.
Got Dylan Bennett as dump. See if he does anything.
Oh, another thick boy. Waz immediately goes break side for a nice swing from Scammell.
Oh, there's a pick there. Did it affect that throw? No.
It's interesting to see Bennett in the dump space. He's been doing a lot of work upfield. He's a really quick, athletic cutter.
I think he's working well as a handler for this team. He looks frantic at times, but still does calm decisions.
And very capable of making the athletic plays when he needs to.
Oh,
Speaking
spicy.
of decisions.
Yeah, there we go. Thick boy Waz.
Thick boy Waz, one thick boy to another. The outside in, beautiful shape throw there. Gets around all the defense, right onto Waz's chest. And New South Wales narrow the gap.
They love being the underdogs. Just letting the other team just get away from them a little bit and then just putting the gas pedal on.
Yeah, nothing gets them going better than a deficit.
The true Australian motto.
See a great cut from Waz there, coming from the far side of the field. Weak and short. Classic spot to start a nice deep cut. Straight across the back of the field. Hits him. We'll get another look at this throw.
I think it's lucky that we've got Bennett going up for that to reel it in.
Definitely a bit of an extra step there after he caught it. You know what? He's like, I don't want to throw it from here. I want to throw it from a step in front of me and slightly further up the field.
I don't know if it was that advantageous, though. He went right to the line.
This is true. This is true. Tactical. Look, if it doesn't get called, it's not a foul, right?
Yeah.
That's how self-refereed games work. And that's why we love Frisbee. So it's now...
Let's go, Muscles!
Go Muscles!
And the pull comes up. Vic on O. Wanting to punch us this one in as well. Hark to Evans. That's a better looking away shot than earlier, but
There we go.
Evans is going to call a
no.
foul.
Yep, cool.
So earlier they were putting them out in front. This time maybe a little too short and would have liked it further out in front for Evans. We've got
Mitchell Hannah on the floor discussing it.
Hannah and Evans having a chat. Hannah's been an absolute workhorse for New South Wales, both in this game and across the weekend.
Not sure if you've noticed, but there's two Hannahs on this team because they're the brothers.
They are brothers.
The Hannah brothers. They even play the same, which is not surprising, really.
Get another look.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think you could have got there.
Yeah, I feel like Evans had almost as good a bit as he was going to get on that.
Yeah.
Maybe a little incidental hip and shoulder on the way up. But Evans is a big boy who's played some contact sports, and
I think it should stay with Kevin, honestly.
I would like him to. It did look like Hannah got sandwiched a bit and may have been pushed by Paddy Graham into Evans as we get another look at it. There's definitely a whole lot of body going up. Does get sandwiched and potentially knocked into Evans. And it will go back. So we've got a contested foul call. And we'll have another chance
Spirit captain.
for Sam Jacobs to take the shot or not take the shot. Sam Jacobs, another goanna. Playing for the Aussie under-24 boys. Quite an athletic guy. Goes to Chung, across to Pentland. Pentland
Ooh,
throwing pie at Evans. Never a bad idea.
Evans and Lavis. Oh, that is out.
It's a bad idea if the pie goes out of the field.
Great towing of the line, though. Get that practice in.
Yeah. They'll bring it in on the front corner of the end zone almost.
Oh, what a throw by Kevin.
Hucks it around the big
Yes,
Ash Evans
here we
mark.
go. Rolls has got it all day.
And that's
Lovely.
a goal.
That's a goal by Julio, also known as Matt Hanna.
So we saw a great defensive effort by Mitchell Hanna earlier in the point, and then Matt Hanna pulls it down for the goal in the end. Those brothers combining for double happiness. And then suddenly, whereas a couple of points ago it looked like Vic was going to take half 8-3 or something, we're now within a couple of points.
I knew they had it in them. I'm backing them in. Let's go, Muscles.
I think this has in many ways been the story for a lot of teams this weekend, stringing together a whole game of good ultimate.
I didn't even see that glory cartwheel. Did
Oh,
you see that?
no.
Oh, you missed it.
I'm going to have another watch. Great grab by Rolls. Really well done. To a cruising Hannah in the end zone. Nice little spike. Celebrating. Oh,
Oh, look at that. Slow-mo cartwheel. Oh.
why not?
Blocked by Fisher Day running on the field.
It's a big point. That was another break.
Julio just getting excited on the sideline.
We're now within one.
I want to see a handstand next time. Pop and lock it.
I have been generally disappointed with the goal celebrations this tournament. I hope they up their game
I
now that
know.
we're into the semis.
You reckon that on the live streaming field that they would celebrate a little bit more?
I know.
Something like the NFL have relaxed their spirit celebrations.
That's an interesting play. We had a flood across the field and then Evans immediately going deep and Boyle hits him.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
That's clean offense.
So easy.
Maybe the first point of clean offense we've had all game. And Vic,
Is that what? Okay, now it's
not
5?
quite sure what these
2
fingers
and
are all
3?
about.
5 in a row? 5 scores by Ash himself?
Yeah, not quite sure. Might be a little Star Trek-y even.
No.
Some of them are doing a bit Star Trek-y, I think.
No, it's a 2
Maybe
and
the
a
Vic
3.
team is a bunch of Star Trek nerds. Now, this is my new theory. The Vic
No.
team are all massive Captain Kirk and Spock fans. None of this other business. And that's half. That's 8-6 to Vic. And the Vic boys are cheering it up for Josh Pereira. We will try and get you an update on his situation at halftime. Hopefully it's all good news. But we... Oh, potentially that was what the fingers was. JP 23.
Have we cracked it?
We may have cracked the code. All right. Who'd have thought Victoria Men's Ultimate are not Star Trek nerds? They may just be supporting their mate.
I was never behind this theory.
at halftime. We'll take a quick break, let you guys rest and recoup, and we'll be back for the second half of
See you soon.
the Australian Under-22 National Championship semi-final. welcome back to the Australian
Hello.
Under-22 Ultimate Championships. We're in the semi-final between Victoria and New South Wales men. The first half was an up and down battle. We had runs by both teams. Victoria getting out to a 7-3 lead. Then New South Wales clawed it back. We're now at 8-6. We've got some sad news, unfortunately. Josh Pereira, who went down in the second last point of that half, clutching his knee. Looks like he may have done his ACL, so unfortunate news for him. Unfortunate news for the Goannas, the Australian Under-24s. I know he played a central role as a handler for them. We wish him all the best, speedy recovery, and all the rest of it. And we'll see how his team responds. At the end of that half, they went off holding up 2 and 3 fingers on each hand.
They came back holding 2 and 3.
Representing his number, 23, so they'll be playing for him now. And interestingly, they've come out in a vert. So this is their offensive
Changed
switch
tactics.
up. Yeah. Coached by Lachlan McDonald and Chloe McDonald, the brother-sister duo. They've mixed things up. Might be partially because they feel in a vert. They maybe don't need as many strong handlers now with JP out. Immediate look for Matthias.
Oh.
But Rolls and Bennett are able to go up and get the block.
2 great defensive players.
Yeah, they got either side of Matthias. Both went up big, getting numbers under it.
Oh, here we go. He wants the deep.
Bunch
Will
of
they
big
get it? Oh,
Vic
there's a
boys going underneath.
lot
Graham
of
goes
tall
really
boys.
early, too early, and then Evans swats it out of the air.
2 of the smaller New South Wales boys. Oh. Bit unfortunate.
Yeah, that's an interesting matchup. That's pace versus height, I guess. If you can get the throw perfect, pace will win in that battle, but if it does sit, the aerial abilities become so important.
Immediate turf in front of the end zone.
That's clutch.
Cuffy picks it up. Oh,
High release back end.
interesting. Oh,
and
Hayden
Hayden rolls. Posterizes Paddy
Here
Graham.
we go.
That's been a matchup
Boys
and
are
a
on
battle
roll.
that's been going all game long. And it's great to see rolls.
Is that a scuba? No.
High release backhand.
Oh, thank God.
Great effort by Graham to get involved.
Amazing.
That's a lot of big boy in the air at once. That was cool to see.
Finally, the passion comes out.
Yeah, New South Wales fired up after that one. See,
I'd like to do a quick shout out to Matthew Wajzer. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your actual last name. His family's here. His family loves coming along and watching him play. They even came to Goulburn for mixed regionals. It was great.
Richard and Dorota are his parents, so thanks for coming down, supporting your boy and the rest of the team.
It's great. I love it.
I'll be curious to see how Victoria respond now. They're, as we said earlier, potentially a testosterone-fueled team. They run on their emotional energy. Losing JP Pereira, who's a big leader on their team in terms of getting the vibes going, getting the fire in the team. It'll be interesting to see how they respond. A couple of other players left to step up. They expect to see Evans play a lot of points. Likewise with Jacobs and Boyle. They're back in the horror. Boyle. Under to Jacobs. To Evans.
Ooh.
Got some nice movement now. Good hands,
Ooh.
keeps that alive. Prendergrast getting a little stuck. Now moving it again. Evans again. Looks at Boyle, doesn't want it. And that's a really nice point from Victoria. Eventually finding Leaney in the front of the end zone. That's a contrast in style to how they've been playing earlier, looking for the couple of swings in the big shot. There we saw them work it all the way up, hitting unders, dumping and swinging when they needed to. And I feel if they can maintain that kind of play, New South Wales don't have much of an answer.
Yeah.
It'll be up to New South Wales to dictate the tempo and dictate the rhythm of this game back into that hucking, high risk, high reward kind of stuff where they have the ability to get their big boys up. Players like Rolls have been doing a great job winning those matchups and getting the turns for them.
All right, so on Friday, I started Googling small talk topics.
Oh, yeah?
Got my list back up again.
Why were you Googling small talk topics? Was this...
To fill up the empty air space, give the people
on the
something
stream.
to listen to.
Okay.
I don't know if they want to.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, here's one. What's a book you hated that everyone else loved?
A book I hated that everyone else loved. That's a good one. Look, to be fair, I was never a fan of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Number 2, I hated it. It was
number
my least favourite one in the whole series.
Oh, I hated number 6. It was very angsty in that one.
Yeah, look, it does get a bit teenage angst.
A lot of capitalization in the book.
Yeah, I'm so alone kind of stuff. All right, New South Wales on offense.
Dump swing to Coffee and to Fisher Day. Don Doe with a disc to Scammell, working it up. Oh, that looks like a call.
Yeah, it looks like a foul. I don't think there'll be much disagreement on that. Matthias, we get another look at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of contact on the shoulder and arm as he came in.
You're in his pocket. Go, Coffee!
Oh. He's looking for options. Sees Aiden.
New South Wales having to work very hard, often having to go to their second and third option.
Great run through D by Evan Tyson.
And it leads to the turnover.
Oh, it's a hammer.
Chung
Just goes over the head.
hammers, but he can't hit his player. He's looking for Cusson, and Cusson does get hands on it. I think we'll put that down to a receiver error.
And we have thick boy Kevin with the disc, and he sends it long. Oh, sends it to Don. Can Don get it? Yes, he can. But there's no one around him. So, run down, boys. Oh. He's looking for options. Front of the end zone. Oh, here we go.
Hit
to
Scammell.
Chris Scammell.
And there we go. I think that was nice play by
Great patience.
Kevin Yuan, recognising that the unders game wasn't what was going to win them this point.
Just wants to do that all the time.
Yeah.
They gave him the option. Don is quite quick. He's been having a cracker of a weekend.
Yeah, saw a receiver he liked. Bit of a maybe pace mismatch. And Jack's a massive backhand.
Lovely run.
Ends up being an easy flip to Scammell for the score.
So much time, no mark on him.
Regulation pass to the goal. So what was a book you were not a fan of, Cara, that everyone else was on board with?
50 Shades of Grey. Honestly.
Not a fan.
I hated it.
Didn't get you going.
It's like Twilight.
Yeah.
I remember I got Twilight when it was like an uncorrected proof copy of the book.
Before it was
yeah,
cool.
I got it before it was cool.
Oh,
Read
wow,
it and I
you
thought it was
hipster.
good. I know.
Back when Twilight was
yeah,
hipster.
I know, because my mum works with books. And I kind of liked it back then because I think I was a teenager. Didn't know any better. Yeah, and then the rest of the books came out and they were equally as empty.
Yep.
Devoid of any plot.
Devoid of any plot. But it did have sparkly vampires, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
Pentland. Vic in quite a deep horizontal setup. Evans, though, puts it long.
Great grab.
To Sammy Jacobs, who does a great job pulling that one down, despite the contact in the air. That's a great shot. It's a great shot. And Vic go back to the long game after a brilliant point playing the unders.
It's because New South Wales started it.
Yeah, I think if we continue this will be what New South Wales wants. Obviously, Vic pulled it down that time.
Is there a slight downwind breeze? Is that why everyone's doing it?
Yeah,
'Cause I don't
maybe
really
slightly
feel
away
it,
from the
you
camera
know?
across the field, maybe a little bit left to right, but nothing huge, and we've got plenty of strong throwers on these teams. I think they'll feel confident throwing most of their throws regardless. We're at 10-8, 2 to go. Oh, sorry, 2 behind for New South Wales, but they're on 0 here. The hooter has gone, so it will be game to 11. The hooter went in the last point. Which means it's do or die for New South Wales. They've got all the usual suspects on the line. Don Doe, who's been a menace in terms of his pace, and Bennett also very quick. They've got Scammell on, they've got Irish on.
Kevin.
I'm a little disappointed not to see Rolls on. He's had a
he's been
cracker
having
of a game.
Great game. Just
And
pulling
doing a lot of
everything
work
down.
defensively in the air as well.
Oh, interesting.
But maybe they're saving him for the big D point that they may need next point if they hold this O. Evans will pull for Victoria.
Has Evans even gone off the field?
Not in this
honestly?
second half, I don't think. Big outside in blade.
Oh,
And Scammell picks up on the far sideline. New South Wales running their vertical.
Dondo
Bennett.
free. Oh,
Hot.
oh, interesting switches there by the Vic team.
Getting a little high on the stall count there. Struggling to get much out. Still struggling to generate.
Vic are playing a little bit loose. Bit poaching. Oh, there's a pick called.
And they had Scammell going deep there. I thought Yuan was going to put it. It's probably a matchup he wants as well because Scammell's got a bit of height on his defender. But it will come back. Looks like a pick call.
Oh, lovely hand by Julio. Oh, sends it long to Dondo again.
Dondo, will he get
Can
there?
he get it? Yes, he
Yes,
can.
he does.
Oh, yes. Muscles are back in it.
Game is not over, ladies and gentlemen.
Will they take it to Universe?
Sorry. Yeah. Oh, it's going to 11.
Oh, great hands by Julio there. Sends it long.
Yeah, that-
Dondo just in the right place at the right time.
yeah, puts on the burners. That guy's got pace. Evans isn't slow,
Love the celebration.
and Dondo leaves him behind.
That is, I love that throw. That was so good by Dylan Bennett.
Yeah, the backhand onto the forehand side of the field.
Yeah, just like looks like a great fake.
Turns straight into
Jokes.
a shot.
Yeah.
All right, 10-9. New South Wales on defense.
Well, here we go. We've got Rolls, Waz, Kevin, Aiden Shields, Scammell,
Lavis and Coffee.
Tommy Butler. Oh no, we've got Matt Lavis. Yeah,
Yeah.
good line.
Yeah, this is a serious D-line.
Here we go. They've got this.
Expect Rolls to take the Paddy Graham matchup, the battle of the big boys. It's been great to watch all game. I think the other key matchup, obviously, for New South Wales will be locking down Paddy Graham. Locking down Ash Evans and Sammy Jacobs as well. If I was the Victorian coach, I'd be telling work the unders. But
Ooh.
there are players on that line that love to punt it.
Oh, they've already set up. That's a great pull.
Jacobs with the disc on this near sideline. Nice inside break. Finds Boyle. Boyle immediately puts out in front. Ash Evans is there.
So easy.
Bit of a bid. May have been a little gratuitous, may have slowed up, but it'll do.
So easy.
Victoria will take the game.
Really hard to beat the same team twice.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the hardest things to do in Ultimate. We thought that with Pereira going out at halftime with an ACL, unfortunately, that might have opened the door slightly for New South Wales to get back into it, but it's not to be. Victoria holding on in the end, despite a late rally. They'll close it out 11-9, which means Victoria will be into the final. No word yet on the other semis. Hopefully we'll be able to get some intel quickly for you to tell you who the final will be. But regardless, it'll be a cracker. In the other semi, it was WA and Queensland.
I reckon Queensland coming through.
Yeah, they would have been the
They're
favourite on
very
paper.
powerful, yeah. I'd love to see a Queensland VIC final.
That'd be a rematch of
good.
last year's final, I think.
Oh, will it?
Yeah.
Exciting.
Oh, no, sorry. I think maybe WA was in the final.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Queensland. Queensland VIC final.
Queensland Vic final. Obviously both very strong teams with plenty of big boys, so it'll be fun to see a bit more of that skying action. But we're going to leave it there as these guys get in their huddle to do their spirit circle. It's been a great game. Stay tuned though, plenty more great games to come.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Alti.tv